here at Busch Gardens, Tampa, Florida to take a behind-the-scenes look at Howl Scream 2011. This year, the theme for Busch Gardens Howl Scream is the dark side of the gardens. We're going to be taking a look at how this creepy encounter is produced and how it keeps people coming back year after year. Since the year 2000, Busch Gardens has hosted a Halloween event called Howl Scream. For 17 select nights in the fall, the usually family-friendly theme park becomes overrun with everyone's deepest, darkest, and worst fears. Alright, I'm here with Scott. He is creative director here at Howl Scream. Could you describe what
Sure. Actually, the idea is that we're going to really explore the dark side of the gardens here at Busch Gardens Howl Scream. And what that means is that we've discovered that as the night comes upon us, certain rather creepy things come out. So zombies are going to live in the street. So you're going to have zombies everywhere throughout the park. That's fine. Sure. We have 3 brand new houses this year that we are really, really excited about. One of them is Nevermore, which is sort of like a nightmare, all based on the work of Edgar Allan Poe. It's not linear. It doesn't really have a storyline that progresses, but just it's like flashes of all of the horrifying images from that great work. There's another one called Ultimate Gamble Vampire Casino, which, as the name suggests, is a casino that is built by vampires so they can entice people in so that they can drink their blood. And then the third new house is a house called Zombie Mortuary. And I kind of like to think of it as fast food for zombies. Where do zombies go to eat? Where all the dead people are. So they've taken over a mortuary. Plus we've got 3 returning houses that were everybody's favorite last year with Nightshade Toys. We've also got Coming Back Deconstruction and Death Row Vengeance. And this year it's called Death Row Vengeance Fear the Dead.
Along with the 6 haunted houses, Howl Scream offers 2 live shows, The Midnight Hour and Fiends. There is also a 7th house that is a nightmare all in itself. Alone. Which house are you excited to see people back?
Well, you know, it's hard to say. Obviously the new houses are very exciting for me. I'm thrilled to see the new houses. One of my favorites to watch people come out of is sort of a different experience that is truly a haunted house, but it's a very personal haunted house. It's called Alone. And watching people come out of Alone after they've had the experience of going through a haunted experience all by themselves is really fun. To see them come out and see how it's affected them.
Alone's confusing labyrinth and surprising inhabitants disorient you at every turn and leave you questioning your own sanity.
What inspired you to make the Alone tours?
Well, we were talking in here that some of the stuff comes from nightmares. 6 years ago now, just sitting around talking with some other folks in the haunt industry, people who worked with us and people who work at other haunted attractions around the country, we were thinking, wouldn't it be cool if? Because we always, you always have those kinds of discussions with your friends. You kind of sit and go, wouldn't it be neat if we could do this? And the more we talked about it, the more we realized we could do this. We could make it something that you have to go through by yourself. One of the biggest fears that people have is being alone. And to be able to go through a haunted attraction where you are completely by yourself, and it's designed to be by yourself. Now, these houses are designed to put lots of people through. That's why there's a lot of twists and turns and constantly flowing forward. In Alone, you literally stop. And you do not have control as to how quickly you go through that house. The performers have control.
Have you yourself ever been scared by one of your creations?
Every night of the event. Every night of the event. I will tell you a true story. When I went through Alone for the very first time, it was during our rehearsal process, and this was last year. I put all of my note-taking stuff and my camera and everything off to the side, and I said, I'm going to go through it as our guests would experience it. Alone is the only house that we have that has a safe word, which will stop the experience and you can leave the house. In one room of Alone, I was this close to actually using the safe word, because it completely freaked me out.
One of the most popular houses that has returned this year is Nightshade Toy Factory. Despite their innocent facades, these demented teddy scares and dolls are out for revenge, and they intend to get it.
Welcome to my factory.
Performing at Howl is, I often refer to it as the hardest job you'll ever miss. It is difficult. It is physically challenging. It's exhausting. It's hot. But it is by far the most eclectic group of people you'll ever meet in your life. They range in age from 18 to last year our oldest performer was 72.
What do you think your favorite house is?
Again, my favorite house is the one that scares you. My favorite house is the one, because fear is something that is different for each individual person. What scares you may not scare me, may not scare you. So the truth is, you got to find out what is going to scare people, and what we try to do is offer as much variety as possible. So any house that has a guest coming out of it going, "Ah!" I love.
No Howl Scream would be possible without the costume and makeup department. Costume production manager Lauren Bracewell explained how the use of prosthetics and experienced makeup artists complete the scare actors' fearful personas. And of course, one of the final crucial pieces to this scary puzzle are the scare actors themselves. Every actor must go through an experience with the Gauntlet, which contains every basic scare position you would find in a haunted house. There's two types of drop doors in the Gauntlet. There's the original, and there's also the side drop door. This is a pop-out scare, and below us you can see the foot pop-out scare. From the actor's point of view, they would look through the peephole provided for the guest, and then they would pop out and do their scare. For the drop-down door, the actor would stand behind it, look through the provided peephole for the guest, and then flip the latch. And the loud bang creates a scare as well, and they would quickly pull it back up and wait for their next victim. All of these components come together to create one creepy Halloween season. When asked what advice he would give to young people, Scott replied with,
And again, my strongest advice to anybody: when an opportunity comes, take it. Take it. Learn something. It's, the absolute worst thing. The worst thing you can do is to say, you know what, I don't know whether I want to try that or not. I might, but I'm afraid to try. No, try it. Take it. The absolute worst thing that can happen, you learn, hey, you know what, I can't do that.
So, is the interview starting soon?
Yeah, we're just waiting for Scott. He'll be here in about 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
In the dark side
Do you hear music?
of the garden, there's so much you